Back in the 80s and 90s, I lived in a little place called Alabaster, Alabama. My favorite place I've ever lived in my entire life, seriously. I lived there from sometime in the 80s to the early 2000s. Went to high school there, went to church there at Kingwood. Love that church. Now, back then, Alabaster, Alabama was pretty small. It's grown a ton since then. A lot of things been built out there. But the Alabaster Water Tower was one of my favorite places. Now, I'm sure it was against the law, but back in the day, we used to climb it. We would sneak out there during the day or the night and climb up on that thing so we could get a good view of the city. Sometimes we would even climb up on the very tippy top. Now, this is a view of our car from the top so you can see how high it was. It was really high. It was so scary to climb because you had to, the way that it was, first of all, you had to jump up and grab the railing, pull yourself up, and then you couldn't really climb on the outside. You had to wedge yourself in between the ladder, and then climb your way up, and then at the very top you had to pull yourself over to the front of the ladder and then step over a railing to get on that part where we were standing. In fact, this night, right here, we climbed up and then we rappelled off of the tower. And I remember I went up there with a guy who was completely not trustworthy, and I had to climb on the outside of that railing while he held my belt so that I could tie up. That was terrifying. I can't believe I even did that. And this is my friends climbing down. He was looking up, going, "Did it start raining?" But it wasn't raining. I had started peeing off of the water tower, and the wind blew it back on them. Let's just say I wasn't uh, very popular that day.